Hello everybody, welcome back to the Fight Rundown, episode 15 of the Advent Calendar. We're here today with the Fight Rundown family, Tommy Horton. How are we doing, mate?
Encyclopedia.
Good to be on here, boys, again. Been a little while, hasn't it? So, countdown to Christmas. We're all in a good mood, aren't we? So,
Are you excited? Are you a Christmas guy?
Yeah, do you know what? I am. As much as it's busy with work and stuff, you can't beat Christmas.
That's
Can't beat
it.
Christmas.
We need to get. To be fair, we need to get Joe Horton on, your brother.
Yeah, I know.
Is there a lot of family love on Christmas Day?
Do you know what? Yes. Surprisingly.
There is.
Surprisingly. As much as our lives is boxing, there is a lot of love on Christmas. That's what it's for, isn't it? So,
What's the day of Christmas like for you? So what time do you wake up? Obviously, we're all grown-ass adults here.
Normally, we're usually about 7:30, 8 o'clock still. I can't lie. I get
so-
pretty excited when there's presents downstairs.
Yeah,
and a little bit of cash or whatever.
Exactly, yeah.
But no,
Exactly.
it's up a bit early, bit of breakfast, and we usually go to the pub in town, have a couple of beers while Mum cooks
Solid.
the dinner.
Legend.
Dinner, chill out, Christmas
Balls.
film on.
We already
Literally
established.
exactly the same.
Hit the pub early, innit?
Exactly the same. Wait for the old mother to cook the tea for us, and then get to the pub.
That's a play.
Yeah,
Pretty much the same.
In
Well, I
the
don't.
Christmas jumpers.
Yeah, we're a Christmas Eve pub.
yeah,
A couple of cards with Dad.
yeah.
Mum stays at home. Christmas Day, Dad just sits there, watches Mum give us stuff that we don't even know. That's about it. And then probably have an argument around 8 o'clock when everyone's had a couple too many.
Yeah,
Then
Yeah.
that's kind of how the night ends. Nah, I'm
Yeah.
joking. It's usually a good little festivity, isn't it?
yeah.
But 15 days. You working?
What?
You've been at work, haven't you?
Yeah. We're doing probably.
Cheers for coming on. It's a Saturday as well. Don't forget, guys.
We'll probably be doing a little
Saturday,
bit.
right.
Yeah, say straight out the scruffs on the podcast is what
That's
it
it.
is.
Yeah.
But no, we'd say we'll probably be doing a little bit of call out over Christmas because there's money to be made. So why not?
That's it, yeah.
Why not?
Couple of broken radiators here and there.
Yeah,
But-
that's it.
What we're doing here, we're just quite simply talking about Boxxer.
Yeah.
Not boxing, the company, Boxxer. Simple question, yes or no, is Boxxer dead?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I think we all agree on that.
Yeah.
It's absolutely dying off. And we're going to kind of review the year. We'll go through each card,
Yeah.
kind of talk about the main event of that card, what we give it out of 10. So kicking off, Jones versus Mayer. What a stinky card. You had Cullen versus Chile 2 on this. You had Aaron McKenna, but Jack Massey, Steve Clark there, and then the main event bit weak. But I can't really remember. Was it a close decision, this one, or was that?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was quite a controversial one.
That's it. Because I think
It
I
was.
had. I don't know who I had winning. I don't know who. I don't know. That's how bad the card was. It's not. Well, it's not bad, but
I think all Ben Shalom's cards. Do you notice how they're really dull the arena, and
Yeah.
you just can't see anyone in the crowds because no one's there.
yeah. Well, that's the trick,
Yeah.
isn't it? That's a TV trick. Darken the lights
Yeah.
Yeah.
to hide the empty seats.
Yeah.
I'm giving this one like a 4, maybe a 3.
I've watched the main event and I watched the highlights a couple of times, and I thought Mayer won. I think there wasn't much in it, round or two, but still
Yeah.
nothing main event worthy about that, is it?
No,
Let's be
there's absolutely not. I'll give it a 5.
Okay. And then we had Boxxer'S. I remember the hype for this was crazy.
It was, wasn't it?
Quite excited.
Yeah.
They had Azim, Ben Whittaker, Dubois. They stacked the card out, to be
Yeah.
fair. Well, this is the problem with Boxxer. They stack the card out, but when they say that, they just put big boxes against journeymen.
Yeah.
So it's useless.
Yeah.
It's just to say you've watched these people live.
100%.
Balls, thoughts on this one? Boxxer'S, OVO, Wembley, obviously soft spot for us.
Of course, but let's be real. The fights didn't really deliver too much, did they?
No.
Was this when Ben Whittaker was against? Was it the Frenchman in this one? Who was he against?
Paulson.
Oh
His name
no, that
was-
was Azim, wasn't it? Against Paulson.
Oh, yeah, Granada.
That's the Frenchman who's.
I think that was the best
I
one.
think he's like 10-10 or something like
Right,
that when
yeah.
they fought, and he just made him look silly. He does what Ben Whittaker does. But yeah, I remember Azim Paulson was. I think it was all right. I think he got the stoppage in like the 4th or something in that one. But then, Boxxer is a little bit of a Marmite. I feel like you think he's quite boring, don't you? You think
Yeah,
he's
not a
more
fan.
boring than Lawrence Coley.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think he's the ultimate boring Lawrence Coley.
Yeah.
I think he is as well. And I was a massive. I was the biggest Okoli fan until I saw him live, and then I wasn't. But yeah, it wasn't the most exciting fight, was it?
No.
The main event,
No.
but
End up being a spy. The first couple of rounds are good, and then I want to give this one like a 5. Don't think it was great, but it was better than the last.
Disappointing performance from Dan Aziz. You weren't even in the fight.
yes,
No.
true as well. Yeah, give it a 6 because I can't
Yeah.
give it the same as the Maya Jones.
I mean, it was made out to be a big 50-50 fight, and do you know what? The form that Dan Aziz was in, even like going out and taking little fights off telly.
Yeah, in Monaco,
to get the rounds in.
yeah,
And then he turns up, and he didn't even turn up.
No.
But Watsy didn't look great. He just did what he had to.
Yeah.
But that was actually meant to happen last year, but it didn't happen,
Yeah,
did it? They had
especially
to
in
cancel
October,
it.
wasn't it? Yeah.
October last year, and they reckon they cancelled it because they didn't sell enough tickets, which for Boxxer sounds about right to me.
Yeah, 100%. What are you giving that card out of 10?
Yeah. 3.
3. Oh, you're going lower then.
over like
3, 4.
disappointing.
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely.
And then we got Wardley versus Clark. I mean,
Is this card of the year for Boxxer?
Definitely.
yeah, it's where they
Yeah.
peaked.
100%.
You had Babbage versus Robertson. Great fight. You
Yeah.
had Marku versus Congo. Great fight. Whitaker versus Willins. End up being all right. And then Vidal Riley versus Lowell.
Yeah.
Boxing
It was
masterclass
alright.
from Chris Congo, that was.
It
against
was
Marku.
really good.
Marku was on form that night as well.
Yeah.
Chris Congo made him look stupid, didn't
Yeah.
he?
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. We watched it together, didn't we?
It was
We
all
did.
in racks.
It was all. That's
Racks
it,
I wasn't
yeah.
there.
Racks
Oh,
was
did you not?
booming. Where was you?
We did not watch it together.
I don't know.
Oh.
Don't think I got the
Oh,
invite.
wait, no. Well, yeah, you did.
I was
well-
joking.
Well, I can't remember where you was.
I can't remember.
But
either.
I did have 250.
I think I
on
was
first
at.
class.
Yeah.
Did you?
Remember?
Oh, yeah, I
Well,
can remember you
fat
putting it
boy.
on. I remember you putting it on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is where Boxxer peaked. I'm gonna.
Definitely.
I thought
Yeah.
it was a good card. The main event, the best British heavyweight fight, better than Joshua versus White for me.
Oh, for sure. It
Yeah,
was.
definitely. It was
Guys-
right action packed, wasn't it? It was a
Yeah.
great fight.
They gave the lives to this fight.
Yeah.
Probably one of my favourite fights of the year. Me and Bowles will be doing the awards
Yeah.
later on in the advent calendar. But I'm gonna give this card a solid 8.
I agree with 8.
I agree with 8 as well. I was
Yeah.
going to say 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good card. Good card. And then they have 3 months off after coming off a good night. What is going on?
Yeah, I know.
They go from an absolutely fantastic card. Surely they'll go right on with it. No, we'll have 3 months off. And they go to Cardiff. And I think this one sold terribly. It was McCaskill versus Price, Lauren Price, that is. And then even the undercard, terrible.
Yeah.
I don't think I've watched one fight off this. I can't even remember who won the main event.
Well, you
Probably Lauren Price.
You've got Huey Fury on there for a start. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, it's Huey Fury, been in the world titles, but he's a bore.
Yeah, overrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just name value to have on.
Watched Reese Edwards against Tommy Ward. It was all right. It was. It's not anything to rave about, really, was it?
No.
But that's the only fight I really remember of that. I think I probably watched McCaskill Price as well, where McCaskill just looked crap.
Was that when Mark Jeffers won the British title?
I have no clue. He's fighting there against Johnson.
That was, wasn't it? That was when he
Johnston.
won the British
Yeah,
title.
I think it
Yeah.
is.
Good
It's-
performance from Mark Jeffers, though, that was.
I have no clue.
A little bit of a
Definitely.
surprise package is Mark
Yeah.
Jeff, isn't
He
he?
is, yeah.
So
Yeah,
what we giving that one?
3.
I only watched one of the fights, so 3.
2 for me.
Yeah.
And then Rosaski versus Okoli.
Mm.
This was the only thing I remember from this is that I think Boxing Social got a half decent interview with Ben Shalom because he got terrored that week, didn't he, by Eddie and
Yeah.
Frank? And
Yeah,
then
he did.
this is the first time they heard of him. But look at that poster. There
I
was
know.
no other fight on the card to promote apart from the fact Okoli's back. 2 pictures of Okoli.
In Poland.
I think
as
he knocked him
well.
out in the second, actually, didn't he?
Yeah.
Did he steamroll him?
Yeah, he did. But can I just state, right, this bridgerweight stuff is complete bollocks. Like,
Bit close there,
I just don't get... To me, you're either a cruiserweight or you're a heavyweight.
Yeah.
You know, all
Yeah.
this bridgerweight stuff, and you notice how it's only the WBC who have done it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
Maurizio Suleiman wanting more money. That's literally
Yeah.
all it is. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all right.
Keep knocking the mic. But that's literally all it is. It's just
Yeah, I
Maurizio
agree.
Suleiman
Yeah.
coming up
He's
with
the
all
first
these
one in.
stupid
He's the
belts.
first one in the ring every
He
time.
is.
He's
He
the
is.
first one. Dad hates him. Dad
Yeah.
hates
Does he?
him. Yeah.
Do you know what I do as well? I think he's an absolute bellend.
He's there trying to put the t-shirt on
Yeah.
whoever's won. Quickly get your your
Yeah,
cap
yeah,
on.
yeah.
And that's what he does.
You know, everyone slates the WBA for having loads of belts, but they've got more, I swear, haven't they? I'm pretty sure.
Well, they make up belts for all sorts of different fights.
Yeah, you got the WBC silver.
You had that British one for Fury White as well.
I don't mind that, but it's pointless, isn't it? Yeah, the multi-millionaire one for Mayweather.
Yeah. It's a 1.
I'm giving that 1.
I'd give that card a 1 as well.
Yeah. Actually, I'll give it a 2 because I'm happy I didn't have to sit through it because I only won quick.
Yeah.
And then another decent card this was actually, to be fair. The second one, we got Bill and Smith versus Riakporhe at Crystal Palace, kind of aura.
Pretty sick, yeah.
And this was the night we got the David Avanissian interview. So probably the biggest moment in Fire Down, over 15,000 views.
Oh, definitely,
now. So there was a reason why we wanted this was going to go. But we end up obviously going to that, watching the boys fight, Shaden, Ryan Williams. But yeah, what do we have? We had obviously Riakporhe versus Bill and Smith. You had Isaac Chamberlain, Jack Massey, 2 decent fights there. Ben Whittaker had a sick entrance, I remember, and that's about it. Yeah, I think it was quite a boring fight. And it says Dan Aziz fought, but it didn't really say who.
Can't stand Ben Whittaker. Is irrelevant on that card. So let's be fair.
Yeah, 100%. And this was done because it was 100 years since the opening of Selhurst Park.
Obviously, this was a rematch as well, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was. Yeah, Riakporhe beat him at first time, and that was a close fight as well.
It was.
But obviously Riakporhe got the win there. But Bill Smith comes in and takes it, gets one back.
Yeah.
And
I mean, obviously, this being the rematch, it was like, well, is it going to be repeat or event? Because I think it come a little bit too early in the Chris Bill Smith's career.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't very experienced. He could always sell a ticket, so it was a promoter's dream.
Yeah, of course.
But I think it come a little bit too early. Obviously, it was a close fight. But I'd probably go as far as saying he's one of the most improved fighters that we've got this year. Chris Bill Smith.
I didn't think you'd win this.
No,
do you know what?
I get wiped out. I remember we was looking. I was like, no way. Like, he smashed him.
Yeah,
it's a bit of a hot and cold career for Riakporhe, hadn't he?
Definitely.
There was stories about him, dodging fights for world titles and stuff in the past and whatever. So I see where you're coming from with that as well.
Yeah.
Overall, I'm going to give that card like
7,
6,
6 or 7.
7 for me, I think. Yeah, good card.
And then Chile versus Simpson, same night as Crawford Madrimov.
That's another stadium fight, isn't it?
Yes, it was at Barnsley, that one.
It was, yeah. To be honest, I thought the card was pretty bad. I have watched this. You had Joe Laws versus McKenna, great fight. Very shocked. That was the fight of the night. That was a sick fight.
No technique involved though with that. It was just a bomb fest.
Yeah. You had Aerosmith there as well, by the way. And Billy Dennis. But overall, Chili Simpson, it was supposed to be the big moment, wasn't it? But it just didn't feel like that.
No.
It just did not feel like the crazy moment that
no,
we've
definitely
been waiting
not.
for.
No.
I did think that Chile would win though, to be fair.
Yeah, so did I, to be fair.
Simpson did
I thought Simpson would have won, to be fair. But
really?
They were pushing it like Simpson was going to win, and obviously that it was against the odds, but it just didn't quite feel like the moment it should have been. But I'll give that a 5.
Sorry, yeah. 5 as well, yeah.
Do you know what? I'd say a 6 because the atmosphere was good.
Right,
it was a good atmosphere. Yeah. He always does bring a lot of fans, doesn't he?
I watched the UFC instead of this because it was the same time.
Yeah,
it was in Saudi, so. I'm not even going to act like this deserves to be.
I was just going to say
Boxxer, that. Look at the way they've snuck it in.
That is not a Boxxer card at all.
They've snuck it in like Bivol and Batavian was part of the Boxxer big line.
Ben Shalom's irrelevant to Riyadh season. No one cares.
Yeah. And obviously the final one, Azim versus Davis. Decent end to the year, I can't lie. I actually thought it was a
decent end to the year, but they're just using Davis as a cadden fodder to get him more clout.
Yeah,
like,
100%.
They're just probably giving him, I don't know, 50, 60 grand's worth of TV money and going, there you go, Davis. You've had a decent career, but that's you done now.
It was a good fight, though.
It was a good fight.
Adam looked good.
It was a good fight, yeah. It was a good performance, but I think the fight of the night on there was Dan Aziz and Louis Edmondson. I thought it was a great fight.
But why the hell did they promote it like after the main event's finished?
Yeah, I know.
Dan Aziz is on. Like
there was no one in the arena.
I don't get it. After
that's
the main
really
event
weird.
for a British title, and it was a massive shock.
That's a co-main, that, and Yard actually co-mained the card.
And then it was Adam Aziz, and then it was like, oh, by the way, after the main event's happened, you can watch. Like, I don't get the logic.
It was like a one of them like float fights they have used to have on the big card years ago, where the lads get ready and they're in the gloves for five hours.
They don't know when they're coming on. And
it happened in April. Remember Stu Clark?
Yeah, he had his gloves on all night, and he was on after the main event.
Mm.
Yeah, It's just
no, it was before, wasn't it? Because there was
Before.
loads of knockouts.
Oh, that's
so
it.
That's to fill the time.
That's it. It's piss poor, isn't it? Really, promotion wise,
definitely.
You'd be dead pissed off if you Edmondson and Aziz.
Yeah, yeah. It was so weird, but I mean, it happened, and it was promoted like that is the main event. Then
does that set the card down for you?
Yeah, the production
after
value
that?
takes it down, and it was nice to see Yard. I mean, no one glazes Yard more than me and Bowles.
He looked
you know what I
shit
mean?
though.
Yard.
He looked shit.
Yeah,
it's a shame,
we was watching like shit. Like this is gonna be down to like 1 or 2 rounds.
The scorecards was a joke though. I think like
again
they had him by
5.
5 rounds, 6 rounds, and I'm thinking, well, I can count like 4 or 5 rounds that I gave to the other fella.
Yeah.
So
I will say though, it was a decent end to the year with Yard back on the card. It was cool that they got him in. Azim had a good fight.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to include that as Aziz because I don't think they deserve to include that with the way they promoted it.
it's a shame, and it was a good win for Louis Edmondson as well.
So I'm going to give that like a 6.5.
7 for me.
6.
7, yeah. So overall, Boxxer in the mud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Boxxer's
agreed.
done. I just can't stand Ben Shalom as a person as well. I just can't stand. I think he's so arrogant. He don't know anything about boxing other than the fact Sky give him a load of money to put into fighters. And
Let's just like
What do
he can't live off the fact that he's done Calvin
Yeah.
versus Amir Khan. We all appreciate it.
Yeah,
But like that's it. You can't use that. You couldn't have used that 2 years ago.
There's stuff with Frank Warren as well, where he jumped into in front of the picture and whatever, and Frank wasn't very happy about that, was he?
How disrespectful though. Like that's a goat of our sport.
exactly, I think
Frank
even Eddie Earn knows that Frank Warren's going to go down as a bigger legend than him. So he lets Frank have it. Not that Frank even needs any limelight because you can tell he's not that kind of person.
Yeah.
But Queensbury are definitely leading the world of boxing.
Yeah.
Definitely,
Too many dodgy decisions are happening with Riyadh season, so I'd definitely say that Queensbury are the king of boxing, 100%.
Yeah.
We'll ask your brother as well, but who is your fighter of the year, breakout fighter of the year, and your favourite card of the year?
What, my favourite fighter of this year?
No, best fighter, sorry. Who do you think's being the best fighter of the year?
Probably be biased because I've been to both his fights, but Jack Catterall, his performances have been second to none.
Yeah.
You know, he's gone from the disappointment to, nearly 4 years ago now, isn't it? 2020 before COVID.
Jesus.
Flipping heck.
Of the Taylor robbery, you know, he was inactive, and then this year, obviously, beat Taylor, really, really convincing performance, brilliant, and then beat Prograis as well, which, you know,
huge win.
people go Prograis past his best and whatnot, but he's still a threat.
He looked good on the night.
He looked sharp for the first few rounds, didn't he? And Catterall beat him. He won convincingly, you know. I think the scorecard was a little bit wide, but still won.
Yeah.
Pretty
then
well.
Favourite event of the year?
Favourite what that I've been to, or just in general?
Both.
That I've been to, well, me and Joe went, the Taylor Catterall rematch. The atmosphere was brilliant.
God, I wish I went to that.
The atmosphere was absolutely brilliant. You know, I was buzzing when Catterall won that because he really deserved it. It should have been a world title on the line.
Yeah.
What was the other one?
Breakout fighter. Or any fighters you want to say 2025, keep an eye out
to
for
look
these.
out for 2025.
Someone to look out for 2025. I'm saying Royston Barney-Smith.
You're going with him, yeah?
Yeah. He's had a string of good performances, and he's getting to that point now where the journeyman going to look at him and go, I don't really fancy that. He's going to have to step up.
Yeah,
Definitely.
for sure.
Fair
Royston
enough,
Barney-Smith. Yeah. That's
Right.
me.
That's it. A lot of good episodes. Christmas is well and truly round the corner.
Yeah.
We're 10 days away. We've got 14 episodes already done. So you can go back. Me and Bowles are literally coming in every day to record. So make sure to check out any of our past episodes. Tommy, we hope you have a fantastic Christmas. Appreciate it, brother.
Thank you. You too, boys. Good to be on.
And hopefully next year.
Catch up with you in the new year.
We have to do a rematch on the quiz.
Nah, Balls will beat me.
Nah.
It was a draw last time, by the way.
Balls will win.
It was a draw.
Was it a draw?
It came down to that Jack Johnson question.
Oh, that stupid Jack. Yeah, got you twice, isn't it?
That wanker Jack Johnson.
Right. We appreciate you joining. Keep watching. We're back tomorrow. We'll see you soon.